What is up, my fellow non-degenerate, productive members of society? You guys are here for the title. What is the Ethereum Network, and why is it important as a software engineer, a developer, any person in IT? So let's get into that. By the way, as a typical software developer, I hardly ever leave my house except for to go to the gym or go get groceries, but it's feeling kind of antsy inside. So I was like, let's go outside and record this video while we walk. So yeah, if there's any car noise in the background, I apologize. I'm in a large city with lots of cars moving around, so just bear with me. All right, so first, in order to understand Ethereum and the Ethereum network, kind of have to take a step back and think about what came before Ethereum. As the average person, so if you're just an average Joe and you're not a developer and you're watching this, you know Ethereum as a cryptocurrency, right? It's a cryptocurrency, and which it's not really cryptocurrency, but we'll get into that in a second. But where did cryptocurrencies come from? Cryptocurrencies came from Bitcoin, right? They didn't actually come from Bitcoin, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. The first cryptocurrency that was ever publicly available was Bitcoin. And what was the purpose of Bitcoin? The purpose of Bitcoin was really, it's really nothing crazy. The purpose of Bitcoin was just to make a decentralized form of money. And all that really means is that the currency, the native currency, Bitcoin, is a form of exchange money that is not centrally bound to one area, one group, one nation, or one person. All right. And you guys are probably like, isn't money already centralized? Can't I just take my cash from America and go to Japan? Yeah, you can do that, but it's still centralized. And the reason is because, let's just say I want to send money. I'm in America right now, and I want to send money all the way to Tokyo, Japan, instantly. I have to use a payment processor, so like PayPal, Venmo, something, or I have to go to my bank and wire money, okay? So let's just say, we'll go back to PayPal. I want to send a PayPal to somebody. I have to use PayPal as a payment processor, so there's one layer, right? And then underneath that, PayPal will move money from my bank to the other person's PayPal account, and then that person can take their PayPal account and deposit their money into their bank, all right? And so, sounds simple, right? But the fact of the matter is that on the surface layer, when you're sending money through PayPal and the person instantly receives it, that money really doesn't immediately come out of your bank account. What actually happens is there's some intermediary actions that are going on. So like, I send the money through PayPal. What really happens is PayPal's bank account, or multiple bank accounts, don't quote me on this because I don't understand exactly how it works, but pretty much all payment processings work like this. Loan the money to be sent to the person, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, the money pulls out from my bank and is given to PayPal. Now, even though on paper, on the numbers on your account balance might look like they're, it's taken out and the other person has the money in their account, it's not what's actually happening, okay? And also, MasterCard, Visa, their payment processing is pretty much the same, which is why, which I'm sure everyone here has noticed before in their life, you can have charges returned. Sometimes things can happen and charges can get returned like days later. And that's because what the reality situation is, these payment processes take forever and they go through multiple parties, okay? On top of that, or rather underneath that, so we're already talking about payment processing and sending money. Underneath that, every nation has a different currency system, right? Except for gold, but let's just be real. You can't just instantly send gold from someone from America to Tokyo, Japan, right? So every country, has a currency system, and that currency is basically controlled, meaning the amount that it's printed and it's kind of like value, whether it's tied to something or not, is controlled by the reserve, in America's case, the Federal Reserve, that is tied to the country, okay? And that is the most simplistic way I can describe Bitcoin and why it's made and what it does without getting overly complicated. Now, obviously, I'm leaving some stuff out, and maybe another video another time I'll go over that, but not right now. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. So that's what Bitcoin is for, okay? A decentralized form of money that you can essentially send from one place to another, anywhere in the world, that is not centralized, okay? It is not centralized, all right? So Bitcoin itself is the currency for Bitcoin, obviously, or BTC, whatever. You have fractions of it, you have some Satoshis, blah, 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 all right? And the Bitcoin is built off of what is known as blockchain technology, okay? And instead of getting extremely complicated and talking about that, just understand that it's built off of blockchain technology, all right? So finally, to the point, Ethereum. What is Ethereum? So you guys know, like we said earlier, Ethereum as a cryptocurrency, but Ethereum itself really isn't a cryptocurrency. The actual cryptocurrency is really called Ether, although people don't really call it that anymore. They just call it Ethereum, right? But Ether is a cryptocurrency that is used to power the Ethereum network. And so finally, that brings us to what is the Ethereum network, okay? So the Ethereum network, now remember we talked about Bitcoin, the Ethereum network is also decentralized. However, it is not a decentralized form of currency, although it can be, because there's actually many cryptocurrencies that run off of the Ethereum network. But the Ethereum network is, like I said, a decentralized computing network. So basically what you can do is, as a software engineer or as a software developer, you can write applications with complex software on the Ethereum network. These are known as dApps, D-A-P-S, or decentralized applications. And what does this mean? Why is this important? Well, it's important because there's no centralized point of the applications that are hosted off the Ethereum network. So do you guys think about Facebook or Instagram or something like that? Facebook is owned and ran by one company, okay? Instagram is owned and ran by one company. Instagram's owned by Facebook, but yeah, you get the drift. And this is important because you can have any piece of software, almost any piece of software, running off of a decentralized application that is free from censorship, free from totalitarian control. I mean, there's a bunch of different benefits, right? We won't talk about every single one. But the point is that is what Ethereum is. Ethereum is a decentralized computing network. And obviously, Ether, or the Ethereum token, is the native currency that powers the Ethereum computing network, because computers are expensive to run. They cost a lot of money, they take a lot of electricity, and yeah, also requires manpower too, right? So that's what Ethereum is. And thus, the point of all this is, if you're a software engineer, software developer, if you're in the IT field in any way, shape, or form, and you are not learning this stuff, you, sir, are an idiot, and you're pushing yourself out of the future. In 10 years, you'll thank me later. And if I am wrong in 10 years, you can just come and shove this video in my face and say, hey, Josh, you're dumb. But let's be real. It's not going to happen. And I'm also not dumb. I'm actually very not dumb. So you guys need to be learning this stuff, or else you're going to be pushing yourself out of the future, and your future self will thank you later. Oh yeah, and I'm also never, ever wrong. So like, comment, subscribe. This helped you guys. Thanks for watching, I guess. Thank yourself for watching, because this wasn't a waste of your time, and actually you'll be thanking me later that you watched it. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. So guys, keep doing what you're doing. Go to the gym, lift weights, learn to code, and go to sleep. Later.